Good morning, Hustle Nation. What is the sales quote of the day? What a leader tolerates, a leader endorses. We'll say it again. What a leader tolerates, a leader endorses. It's the action item here for all of us today. Ask yourself and write down the answer to this question. What are things that I tolerate? What are things that I tolerate with my prospects, my customers? What are things I tolerate with my teammates? What are things I tolerate with, the people that I manage if you're truly already in a leadership position? What are the things that I have tolerated over the last weeks, months, and years? Write down some things. It's an interesting question. It's a question that we don't ask ourselves often. What are type of behavior I tolerate? Tolerate implies that it's not really great behavior. It's not really, something that excites you, something that is expected. It's kind of on the side of like, it shouldn't happen, but you kind of let it slide. What is the list of things you let slide? And then realize that if you tolerate these things, you are actually endorsing them. You're empowering them. You are amplifying them. You are fueling them. You're making people do these things more. You're signaling to the world that this is something you're okay with, you think is good. Even if you're annoyed, even if you're angry at it, as long as you tolerate it, you're really endorsing it. You're empowering that type of behavior. And then ask yourself, what are you going to do about it? There's always going to be some little things that you might tolerate. But if you look at that list, I would bet that there is at least one or two big things in there that you shouldn't tolerate. You would never endorse. And you're actually quite over it. Today's the day to scratch these things out of your list and to ask yourself, what do I need to do to stop tolerating these things? How do I push back on them? How do I make clear that these things I'm not going to tolerate, and therefore I'm going to stop endorsing? If you start today, within a few days, weeks, and months, you'll see how a lot of results might change. And these things that have been, bad for you, bad for the business, bad for your company, bad for your industry and the world, are going to exist a lot less because you stopped endorsing them, because you stopped tolerating them. I want you to crush it today. I'm looking forward to see you tomorrow for more sales motivation.